compensation plan, when you join, the first thing that the binary is when we talk about the dual team, the left team and the right team. Okay? Left team, right team. All right? So, on the left, and the packages that we sell, okay? The packages that we sell, that volume goes in here. Remember, we get paid off of CV, commissionable volume. QV is your qualifying volume. So, how do you build the binary? The best way to structure your binary is, you will notice each person has a sponsor. Everybody has a sponsor. In this example, here's your sponsor right here. Your sponsor has a left team, and your sponsor also has a right team. You may be the first person on your sponsor's left or right team, or it may go like this. Your sponsor may have already sponsored some people, and now it's time to put you in the business, and you go right here. So how do you build your organization? In network marketing with the binary, we have a concept that's called the team leg. And then we'll have a concept called the pay leg. I don't believe in the terminology that you hear, power leg. Rookies talk power legs. Okay? Why? Both of your legs should be powerful. But I call one the team leg. Why? Because the entire team may contribute to what's called spillover. And they will produce volume down this leg of business. I'm going to give you a leadership tip here as well. And I'm going to tell you mistakes not to make. So if you're sponsored on this side, which is the right side of your sponsor, then the right side of you is called the team leg. So your very first person, let's say your sponsor sponsored you, but they also had 3 other people at the meeting, and they placed 1, 2 of those people below you, and the other people they put in their other organization over here. So now you may wake up in the morning and you start to see people in your group that you didn't place there. It's because it's a team effort. Some people look at a binary, and here's their mentality. Who are you going to place below me, sponsor, so that I only have to work the other side? That's not a team mentality. That is a me mentality. I want to do the minimum amount of work so that I can profit and take out of the company as much as I can. That mentality is hard to follow for me. I've always wanted to work with someone who had a team mentality. What do I teach? I teach this. You wake up in the morning, you got 2 on your right, none on your left. You're now, put them over here. Nope. I'm going to take my first person, I'm going to counsel with my upline, but my first person I'm going to place below on the right side in the team leg. Why would I do something like that? Well, you don't get paid on, you do. This is why we have a fast start accelerator bonus too, remember? But in the binary, you don't get paid on it. But here's what happened. 2 people were placed below you that energized you. Don't you think it would energize them if they woke up in the morning and saw someone below them and saw that somebody is working below them? That's why it's called a team leg, because each person I come over here and I place them there, I am now binary qualified. Binary qualified. Now, so over here, my sponsor and each of these people, anytime they sponsor someone on their right side, it will always go down and fall below me. That's what we call spillover. Some of you have spillover. Some of you don't. It is okay if you don't, and it's okay if you do. Things not to do, okay? things that you should not do, and the binary, things you shouldn't do. Some people have a philosophy when they look at these that are discolored over here, and they say this group over here, this is from my upline. I actually did this one wrong. This one belongs to you here. Sorry. So they say, this is my upline. She put her people down below me. And you know what they say? Oh, that's my upline's group. It's their group. And you know what they do? They make the mistake of wanting to only work with the people who are coded to them. Okay? Why would you do something like that? It's the epitome of not understanding team concept. These people contribute to your income just as much as these people contribute to your income. It's just that these people contribute towards you being able to earn money and make this your commission leg or your pay leg. But they make it possible for you having a strong leg. It is a part of your team. Now, what do I mean? If they're calling you for help, if they want to work with you or whatever it is, then yes, include them. Include them if they want to work with you. If the upline introduces them to you, you should work with them. Okay? But don't say, oh, no, I'm not working down there because I don't get paid fast start accelerator bonuses or I don't get paid residual income. That's not my team. Don't do that. I see that in some so-called leaders, and I'm like, you don't get it, do you? Anything in your pay structure, it's a part of your team, but know how to work with those people, okay? So now, once you start to build one team, or one team of yours over here is building, this volume starts to store. It stores. When does volume store? Once you're qualified, one on your right, one on your left, with a package, or if they have activated, there's several ways to activate. One includes the purchase of one of our packages, okay? That's not the only way to activate. It's one way. But once they activate, you are now qualified. When you're qualified, you store volume. Every month that you are qualified, that volume continues to store, even if this team hasn't been built yet. But what do you do next? You've got a team over here, and so now when you're sponsoring people, and every time you place someone on the lesser team leg, depending on which commission level you're on, it will either be 10, 12, or 15 and above, 15 percentage points and above, all the way up to 20 points, 20 percentage points, is what your commission would be on the CV on the smaller team. So, in this example, let me show you this example and I'll draw it out for you. Let's say this is you here, and this is your team on the right. You did a total of 10,000 points for the commission week. I'm just giving that as an example. It could be for the month, year, day, minute, or whatever it may be. How does it work? Your right team over here, this is you, your right team over here did 7,000 points. Your left team over here did 3,000 points. Some of you say, well, I don't get paid on my strong leg. Well, you do. Number one, you're going to get paid fast start accelerator commissions from those that are in your personal enrollment tree that contributed to the revenue over here. Secondly, you also get paid in the binary from them. What we always say is this. For example, let's use the 20% commission for Black Diamond or above. When you're getting paid 20%, what we really do is we use the smaller team as where the calculation starts. Okay? Smaller team is where the calculation starts. So 3,000 points, we use that as the calculator. We don't start with the 7,000 because what if we had 7,000 and none over here? If we paid you on a strong team, that means we're paying you for work that you didn't even do, and you'll continue to do that, do nothing, and get paid. So it's always based on a balance. Whatever the smaller team does, that's where the commission starts. So the computer takes a snapshot and says 3,000 points was done over here, which is represented here. What we're going to do is we're going to now pay you what we call 10% of 3,000 on your left, and we're going to come over here and take 3,000 from the 7,000 and pay you 10% on that 3,000. So 10% on 3,000 here is $300. 10% on this 3,000 is $300. That gives you a total of $600 in commissions. But you still got paid on this volume. See, if this volume wasn't there, you couldn't have gotten this one. We just make it easy for calculation's sakes when we say you get paid 20% on this. But we always minus the volume out equally. And now, after we take out the 3,000 that you've been paid on, you're left with 4,000 CV that's carried over, and we don't flush this volume until you get paid on it. It's incredible. It's like storing up or building a bank account that you have the ability to get paid on later on. And other compensation plans, when you finish the month, whatever you didn't get paid on flushes, and it's a brand new month. This volume has the ability to continue and stay with you for a very long time. Okay? This is how you get paid in the binary. Now, what strategy do I use to work the binary? The 20-20 plan. One on my right, one on my left. Another one on my right, another one on my left. Now, what happens if you join the business and upon getting involved, your upline sponsored some leaders below you on the right side? And you're sitting there with this huge leg of business, okay? Or maybe you were incubating and now you're ready to build the business. What strategy do I employ? Do you do 20-20? Yes, you do. What I suggest is that you put about 60% of your people here, 40% on your right. So get with their upline diamond and say, listen, I've got all of this volume on my other side. Should I put 100% of it on my pay leg? Or how should I do it? And they'll give you either a 60-40 or a 70-30 split plan. Why? They want to make sure you're set up for Blue Diamond. I remember when Edwin Haynes, in the last comp plan I designed, and Edwin Haynes had some people down below and this volume was there. And he didn't build a lot of his personals on this side over here at that time in leadership. And he shot to diamond so fast. And then he shot to Blue Diamond revenue. But because this side wasn't built, he wasn't able to get promoted to Blue Diamond. And it cost him money because he was capped out every week at $20,000 a week. And Blue Diamond allowed him to make $30,000 a week, and he was giving away $10,000 per week. And that was a mistake that he made. And guess what he did in iBuumerang? He corrected that mistake. He built both of his team. So when it was time for Blue Diamond qualifications, it was met. Black Diamond, it's met. Presidential Diamond, it was met. And so get with your upline on strategy for placing your other people. Often, Edwin Haynes would actually call me. Now, here's somebody who had made millions of dollars, but they understood the power of counsel. He'd call me up and say, HB, I got a new personal. Where should I place him? Now, here's somebody who's made millions. And I'd say, what's going on in your group? We always had a strategy, and I say, place him over here. And he did. Okay? So make sure in your binary that you work it. Now, how people say, well, how in the world can the binary pay out so much money? Let me explain to you.